Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Farm, thinking right out here in the lab in the wee hours of the morning. It's 3:50 right now. Perfect timing. I got a nice little lesson for you. It's time for all right thinkers to have your transformation. Born again with a new conscious, higher consciousness. So if we're gonna talk about it's a process of transformation for all my right thinkers. And we're on the path we're on the spiritual path to what? Immortality. Let's talk about it. Good lesson. Right is this 25 rules nearby. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tuning in and receiving them, I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself or self mastery. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. That's what I do for you. It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them, don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you, right? Thinkers know thyself and to my eye be true. Right thinkers P-Funk philosophy on the process of transformation. It's a beautiful thing. Trust me, we about to go. We going through it now. Some of y'all are enjoying the ride. I see you, my man. Some of y'all getting it, but stay tuned. I got you. Just keep tuning in. I'll get you there. All right, like the staple singles. I'll take you there. All right, so let's go. This is we in chapter 15. I skipped a few chapters because I was like I say, I like to keep the meat and potatoes. And this is one of my favorite lessons. It's all about the sit, the sun disk, and the scarab. You see that sign? That means that the scarab is what reborn all the time. The sun disk moves across the sky. The concept is the scarab pushes the ball across the sky every day. That's what they do. That's the concept. And they said the scarab is the symbol for transformation. From what? From mortal consciousness, aka ignorance, to eternal consciousness, enlightenment, from your animal nature to your spiritual nature, from beastly nature to godly nature. That's man's goal for everybody, more important than my right thinkers. But when you make the transformation within yourself, you're going from being ignorant of who you are to knowing who you are. And that's the beautiful thing. We got a few things to help you do just that. So, but those who have learned to know themselves, self-knowledge is the best. So when you obtain self-knowledge, you're doing the best you can do for yourself. So those who know themselves, watch this, they have reached that state which does transcend any abundance of your physical existence. Whatever you're doing is right, you keep doing that. Why? Because it's going to get better. Trust me. Trust me. My mother's favorite phrase, when it's going bad, this too soon shall pass. Bad times don't last long. Good times could if you keep doing what you're doing to make them good. But they who through a love that leads astray, that's all y'all doing yourselves. And you expand your love upon your physical body, then you stay in darkness, aka ignorance, wandering and suffering through all your ignorant decisions. Okay? Things of anxiety, unrest, and all that leads to death, to the ignorant you. So if you're not enlightened, death is in your future, okay, and reincarnation to the spirit, not you. If you live and do right, eternal life is yours. Immortality, that's what you want. let's talk about if you want that, you're on the spiritual path. That's what we call it, the spiritual path. When you're going to study, learn, and implement what you're learning and manifest for yourself the things that we say will happen if you do this, cause and effect. That's why this our machinery, most sophisticated machinery known to man, don't come with instructions, with just instructors who know how to use this. I'm one of them. So understand right there, because it is crucial for you to understand that though the spiritual path takes place in this physical world, a relative reality, it is essentially you, the individual's journey, whereby you are led to a level of consciousness that has no friends. I'll count to that. No pain. Get better at understanding suffering. You suffer through pain because of desires. When you know desire, you won't suffer pain. And no fun. It ain't got to be fun. It just got to be right and got to get done. All that fun don't mean a damn thing. It's a concept. But in the ordinary sense, yeah. But you have no family. Why? You alone. You're on that road. The spiritual path ain't nobody but you in your spirituality. Meaning this thing right here. No family, no television. I don't watch TV. No sex. Wait a minute. Slow down. Go back. When you are enlightened, when you understand the power of your sexual energy, that semen, cerebrospinal fluid, when you understand that, I preserve mine. Why? It adds it adds years to my life. That's why. Yeah, young people waste it because you're young. When you get a little older, you start thinking, wait a minute, now, I might want to be a little judicial with that thing. That's all. Everybody has freedom of choice. But no sex means celibacy. Women vow, they go nuns, they vow not to have sex. Men, they go be priests and monks. But they get there and they do all the other stuff because they get weak physically, so they want to have pleasure. So they do what they do. Moving on. But that's personal. And best thing apart, knowledge of self is it kills your illusions. Okay? You're not illusion about stuff that's going on. You keep it real with yourself. But wherein there is a fullness. When you're living right, there's a fullness within yourself that you feel of all things, complete, and you have satisfaction. That's internal bliss, and we call it contempt. Okay, when you content with what's going on in your life, you're happy with the things that's going on. That's the level you want to be at. Life is good. Life ain't a struggle. It ain't a fight. It ain't hard. You should be enjoying it. And within one's own completeness, you will find what they call Hotep. That's the supreme peace. I have that within myself. That's the place I go when everything's going crazy. Oh, let's go to that place. Why? Get out the nonsense. In houses, they call it a safe house. It's a safe spot. You go somewhere where you're safe. In your safe space within you, where it keeps you where you need to be, that's where you want to keep close hand on that one. Why? You want to be able to go there whenever you need to. And things that are going on around you, you might need to do it kind of often. Be prepared. That's what I'm saying. So there is no need to want for things, since one now has discovered that you is all and you are all things. There is nothing to want and also nothing that you need. Those who's consciously choosing the spiritual path, you must know that you are choosing a more rigorous and arduous. Those two words right there scare people. They hear rigorous. Oh, I don't want that. Again, the fear of doing something. If you're fearful, you can't go down that road. Why? Oh man, just arduous, man. It's rough. It's long. All those things that excuses people make to stay where they are. That's all. Leave them where they are. It's the anvil of the balloon concept. If you're with somebody and they stagnant, they holding on, they holding you back, cut the balloon, cut the string so you can soar and rise. Sometimes you got to go by yourself. So if you won't have nothing connected to you, you can just go as high as you want and as far as you want. Understand that concept. But those who choosing a more rigorous spiritual path, rigorous and arduous life of what we call righteousness and virtue. These are qualities that you can exhibit. They're not foreign languages. Well, I don't know what that means. No, treating people the way y'all sell the good stuff, but y'all don't live it. That's my issue with a lot of Christians and religious people. The religion has everything laid out. All you gotta do is follow it. Y'all ain't good at that. So when you live in a life of righteousness and virtue, it is far easier for you to give in to what? Your sensual pleasures and your ego desires. If you're not on the road, you're going to be a victim, okay, of those things that's trying to tell you. So then to live in such a disciplined way is right thinking philosophy. That's that's what I did. That's what I teach. That's what I practice. And there's 3 levels of right thinking philosophy that you have to master each one for yourself. I give them to you. Let's start with number one. Number one, 3 levels of students. Now, in Masonic order, we had the same concept of three levels. The first 3 degrees in the Blue House. Okay, 3 levels of students. The Egyptian system, the mystery system, which was like an initiation. You had to come in and partake in the rules. They had rules. That's what I'm just explaining to you right now. But the mystery system, they call them yoga schools. They had 3 levels of students, like Masonic order. The first order, Masonic order, they call it enter the apprentice. You coming in to learn the craft. You don't know nothing. You just gonna learn. You come to learn. That's what you supposed to do. The first level. You call mortals. That means you're ignorant. You're not intelligent. You're just ignorant of things that we're going to teach you. That's why you come here for us to give you that. So the mortal are the students who were instructed. Again, we don't have instructions that come with this. We have instructors. So you're being instructed on a probationary status, meaning we're going to watch you and you're going to progress. If you progress in the way we want, then we're going to give you more. We're going to lead you down. If not, you're out of here. Okay, you didn't make the cut. As an athlete, everything I tried out for in sports, I made it. I passed. I never got cut from no sports. And Mike, maybe I should have got cut because Mike, that's what drove him to be the best he could be. He got cut his sophomore year in the basketball team and he went crazy. Okay, but not crazy. He went crazy that it never happened to me again. Now he's the GOAT in the NBA, the basketball concept. Okay, why? Because he put the work in. That's what you got to do. He got on the road. He put the work in. All right. So again, we got plenty of examples of what greatness is. Why people have done it. So it ain't like, oh, okay. No, it's been being done over and over. If you want to be one, do the things that they did, and you'll get there too. That's what I'm doing. I'm practicing to be my best self. Okay. And again, in life, you're on a probationary period as students, but had not experienced what we call inner vision. You haven't got in touch with your higher self yet. We're going to teach you how to do just that. But the first level, that's what you're there for. Number 2, second level, we call it in Masonic order, fellowcraft. Now we're going to give you some working tools. The first set of tools we gave you for you to learn yourself, the 24-inch gauge, common gavel, okay, break down how to use it. I love that. Well, I did that for years. I taught that concept for years. I understand it. And most people coming to Masonic order don't have a damn clue. They come looking for stuff that's not there. And rather than learning, they still had the idea, but I thought I'd come here, I would learn something. I thought you go, yeah, but you ain't paying attention to the lesson you're learning. But they did this in ancient times. They had the schools. So the next level was called intelligence. You went from mortal ignorance to intelligent mortal, enlightened being. Students at this level who had now attained what we call inner vision. Why? We teach you how to meditate. We teach you how to go inside yourself. We're teaching you things that you learn about yourself. So now you're starting to get intelligence what yourself. And you have received what we call a glimpse of the cosmic consciousness. Okay? Yeah, it's ideas and concepts that you can live by and you'll see the results for yourself. They can't tell you the result. You got to find that out for yourself. Okay? Number 3, excuse me, on the scale of masonry, number 3, master mason. When the apprentice moved to the fellow craft, he required knowledge of himself and understand the craft. So now he's a master of what? Him as a craftsman in the order of Masonic order. In the schools of higher education, Mr. Schools, you had to get the 3 degrees. They call it the 3rd degree. You are now a creator or a being of light. Sons of, okay, early Masonic kids is called sons of light. Beings of light, all that. Yeah, light to them meant intellect, knowledge. Still do, okay? But you're called a creator or a master of oneself, being of light. Your students, this student who had become identified, now you reach the level where you identify yourself with what? Being united with what? God. We're trying to get you to God. They didn't do a good job, but that was the goal, and I understand it now when I was in it. I just did what they taught me. I didn't expand my knowledge on my son. I didn't go outside to know. I didn't do nothing. I just stayed right in my son's playground and played their game. That playground ain't big enough for me. I need a bigger playground. Okay, so yeah. Now let's talk about 10 great virtues. Y'all call it 10 commandments. No, these are virtues mean you can practice these within yourself. So it's the difference. Commandments mean you better do this. No, we don't operate on that level. So let's talk about the 10 great. Yeah, okay. 10 great virtues. Salvation is the freeing of one's soul from your bodily fetters. That means you conquered the ego set. Now you're free to be. If you still under set's rule, you'll never reach that level. That's why he had to be the first thing you deal with is set, your ego. Okay? And by becoming a God through what? Knowledge, through studying and practicing and earning the wisdom. By what? Controlling the forces of nature. Every God and goddess shoot air. You know how to breathe. Tefnut is water, moisture. When you're working out your heart, you're sweating, okay? You gives out that stuff. And these are things that you can do physically and you get the benefit, but these are also called cosmic forces, elements, okay? Now, the cosmos, instead of being a slave, being ignorant to your higher self, to them, you are now subduing. When you subdue that lower nature, the goal is to, lower nature is your ego. Understand that, okay? Your lower nature. And through the awakening of your higher self through what? Meditation, righteous living, offering self-service. You're starting to get closer to God. You become a godly person. Doing the right thing makes you close to God, gets you closer to God. That's why those religious people who are serious about religion, they feel godly. And they conduct themselves. My pastor, that dude, he got God oozing all out of him. That's people recognize that he don't say a word, but they know something about that guy. I love it. And I hang out with him just so I can sit back and watch. They don't give a damn about me. But that's how people see that light that they tell you about. It's real. It's real. But for those who want to fake it, they think, oh, I can just make no. People know. They can see. So when you're good, people know. All right. But when you're doing that, you are ending what we call the cycle of what? Rebirth. And you're dwelling with the netters for eternity. That's going to heaven for y'all new people. Okay. The netters were the spiritual gods that resided in the West. And after death, that's where the spirits go to rest forever. So everybody didn't get to the West. Your goal was to become a Westerner. That means get knowledge of self and go home. So in those who direct and control what we call the Great Plains, y'all call them angels or whatever, but the spirit is everlasting. It's always going to be alive. It don't die. It multiplies. So when it connects with the other spirit, it don't add or take away. It just keep going, keep going. And if it loses, it don't nothing. We come and go. That's the cycle. That's reciprocity. Life and death. They go together. They go together. If you're born, you're going to die. If you die, it's because you was born. If you never born, you can't die. The spirit was never born. Get the concept, boy. I'm loving this. Okay, I hear you use the word fetters. Fetters is your ignorant ego self doing things that you gotta pay for. That's like going to the store as a parent. You're responsible for the kid, and the kid's up in there stealing everything he can get his hands on. And who's responsible? The parent. See that concept? But if you taught the kid, my parents told us to keep your hands in your pocket when you go to the store. But it was a perfect concept. Wow. Back then, if you break it, you pay for it. We didn't have that kind of money. So mom said, no, put your hands in your pocket. We ain't trying to deal with that nonsense. And if you know a situation, prepare yourself for the situation. I got a philosophy where people pissed on my parade. So when I go to March, I put on my gear. I get up my poncho, get my water clothes, get my umbrella. Why? They're going to piss on your parade. All you gotta do is don't have the parade. Have your parade. March and be proud and feel good about yourself. But those who gonna piss in your parade, just be prepared with the umbrella in your wetsuit. That's my little concept I got. But again, fetters are things that you do to yourself. Okay, the ego self. He do, but he don't deal with the consequences you do. So these are the consequences behind these qualities that you give out. Greed, it's never good. Lust gets you in trouble. Passion for the wrong things always leads you down that road. Avarice, covetedness, impatience, intemperance, and other such negative behaviors which are perpetuated by what? Ignorant people. And they develop a by ignorant people. The goal is to develop a virtuous and righteous character. Shouldn't be of paramount importance to you, the individual who traveling down that spiritual road seeking, since it is only through this attainment that is what it is possible to acquire a subtler state of mind and higher intellect, which is needed for you to be able to grasp the higher or the deeper truths of your own existence. Some of us just say, I mean, I was born, I'm here, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna do anything I could before I die. That's ignorance personified. And I'm gonna do me. Okay? I'm gonna do me. Okay, have at it. But for those, the reason and the focus for each aspirant in the first directed to what? Working towards perfection of your higher virtues. The better you are, the more people will respect and admire you for being that way. And when you live in that way, which are what? We have 10 in numbers that you could achieve. In the also Masonic order, we got the 7 liberal arts. Love them. Why? That prepares you for the world, and it did. Arithmetic, math, astrology, all those things you need to learn and master, and you can. And it's called intellectual yoga philosophy, the philosophy of wisdom. And they are taught in order for you, the aspirant, to master yourself, the understanding of yourself, your personal existence. You need to know that. We give you all the layout, we give you creation story, we give you all kind of mythological stories to help you out with that. That's why you learn them, to implement them, not to say, oh, I know the stories. No, you're supposed to use them. As well as your existence of creation. Not just your existence. We start with the creation, tell you how it started so you have an understanding. That's why everybody has it in the beginning of the creation story. Okay? So then the greater mysteries or your higher yoga philosophy can only be attained through you practicing them and become proficient and master of them. But it's all about the self. You are being taught the purpose of your spiritual disciplines is for you to remove those fetters of ignorance. Again, that when you living right and doing things, you don't find yourself in very adverse situations, stuff that you got to be responsible because you did it. Man, if you don't have a side chick, you got to worry about a third party in your marriage. When you bring that other person in, now you got to worry about getting caught. Man, that's too much stuff. That's really too busy. I ain't got time for that at this age of my life. So you can cut those things out. Those are fetters. Okay, that's one of the music examples. And not use I like to use that one because a lot of y'all men think happiness is when you like to. You'll find out. But which holds your soul involved, that's in bondage. That's the ignorance that bondages your soul to do what it wants to do. It's not in control. The ego is. And your physical existence, thus, when you get enlightened, that's the idea of freeing you from what your earthly desires, from suffering when you can't get them fulfilled. And you have the burden of what? Now you're going to be reincarnated when you don't enlighten yourself. When you don't know yourself, you will reincarnate yourself. Okay, you doing that. You are the same way, cause and effect. You did this, this is going to happen. You reap what you sow. Now let me wrap it up. Oh Lord, but it's time. This thing just go fast. I ain't got past one page. It's 20-something minutes. Okay, but I'm enjoying this. This is, to me, this is teaching. And if y'all tuning in, y'all should be learning. Let me get you 10 virtues. Again, not I gave you the 10 great virtues. Let me get you now. We're gonna break them down one by one. All right, you ready? Number 1, for all 10 virtues of my right thinkers. The first thing you need to do is control your thoughts, hence right thinking. Wrong thoughts, bad, ignorant concepts, that's what holds you back. That's what they've been telling you. Now I'm just going to take you through them and break it down for you. Number 2, control your actions. If you think before you act, your actions will be more on point. If you do the knee-jerk reaction and you just react to things, what people say and whatever, you're always going to be regretting that action. So I don't apologize for my action because I think before I act. Number three, these are all personal things that you need to acquire for yourself. Have devotion of purpose. What I do, there's a reason and purpose for it. There's the end game. If you just willy-nilly, I don't do willy or nilly. I'm a planner. I'm structured. I got to have something to keep me in due bounds, keep me comfortable in what I'm doing. Why? I go this way, I go that, I stray, I venture off. The mind have to be focused. And that's what you train yourself to do. Focus your mind for yourself. You ain't gonna worry about somebody else's. Oh, he ain't doing it. No, you should worry about what you're doing. Number four. Oh, this is important. Have faith in your master's ability to lead you along the path of truth. You have to trust me. You have to trust that I'm doing what I should be doing to help you do what you need to be doing. If not, it ain't gonna work anyway. Why? Without no trust, there's no stability there. There's nothing to grasp onto. Well, you said this, but if you ain't gonna trust what I'm saying, don't waste your time tuning in. I'm here to do that for you. I do what I do for you. When you got those kind of people you want to deal with. That's all I'm saying. I ain't asking you to give me no money. I ain't asking you to kiss my butt. I ain't asking for no sex from your women. None of that. I'm a giver. I'm not taking. I'm giving. So, and again, where we at? Number five. Okay, that was number five. Number four, excuse me. Have faith in your master's ability to teach. Every teacher that I studied under, I trusted them. And none of them let me down. Not a one. Not a one. That's good teaching. Okay. When you do what you do and you respect it for what you do, that's how it's done. All that talking about it don't mean a damn thing. Excuse me. Number five, you have to have faith in your own ability. There you go. You got a part stake in this too. You got to be able to show the ability to what? Accept the truth. A lot of people can't handle the truth. They say you can't handle the truth. If you want the truth, you should be able to accept it. Or don't look for it. If you want the truth, ask me. If you don't want the truth, don't deal with me. Why? I'm only going to tell you the truth. I don't care. Number six, you have to have faith in your ability to act with your own wisdom. Now you're starting to acquire the ability. You got the knowledge. Now you got to implement it. You know what to do. Now do it. Simple. Number seven, you have to be free from resentment under the experience of persecution for which you stand on. If you come at me with my right thinking philosophy, I'm going to back you up off of me. With what? With facts and proof and evidence. Why? I can handle it. Why? I have that ability to maintain. And you persecute me for what I believe. That's the worst thing you can do. Worry about somebody else's faith. Why you question somebody's belief? That's not cool, but you have to be stand firm on your. I can do that. Number eight, you got to be free from resentment under the experience of being wrong. If I'm wrong, and I have been and will be continued at a certain point, but I will be the first to admit, am I wrong? I don't make excuses for being wrong. Nope, I messed up, my bad. Okay, I can accept that and I can move on. I'm not beeful, man. No, I don't make excuses. No, I don't accept them, so I don't make them. Moving on. Number nine, we're almost there. Wrap it up for you. Man, this time go fast. Number nine, you have to learn how to distinguish what this is. I knew, but this is your discernment. Your job is to be able to distinguish between right and wrong. Right, wrong. You are the deciding factor. You make the decision. Your decision making should be on point. Why? That way you benefit from making good decisions. Because if you make bad decisions, you're going to suffer. That's the whole name of that game. When you suffer, it's because of what you did. Okay? Just like when you benefit, it's because of what you did. See where we're going with this? Once you take responsibility for everything you say, think, and do, you'll be a better you. Trust me. Trust me on that one. Last one. Let me take it on in for you. You need to learn to distinguish the real from the unreal. That means the people you encounter, the things that you do on a day-to-day basis, you need to see who you're dealing with and know who you're dealing with. That's discernment, okay? That's being able to distinguish what between those who's real and those who not. And my spiritual eye, that third eye, man, I see real. I see a whole bunch of fake, phony, wannabe religious Christians, Muslims, and Jews, but I don't see no real spiritual people being spiritual. If you one of them, I'm talking about you. If you think I am, I can tell you, yeah. If you one of them, I'm a shooting. I'm the Cinderella guy. If the shoe fit, that's on you. I just put it on your feet. If it fits, wear it and own it and do something about it. Don't get mad. Get better. Right thinkers in closing. May you all live to be 100. Me, 100 minus that day. So I've never known of my right thinkers who knowing how the process of transformation had passed away. Why? You have to change. We're not born perfect. We work on it. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, right thinkers. I'll be back with more. Boy, that half hour, I'm hoping you enjoyed it. Half hour of my time, half hour of your time. I'm hoping it's worth it for you. I enjoy doing it with you.